Hello friends, this is Carrie and welcome back to I Like Reddit channel. I hope you all are staying safe and healthy. Friends, we have 4 stories today out of the Entitled Parent subreddit. Let's begin. Our first story is posted by Sassy Cheese Cube. Karen wants a 14-year-old me off the plane because I'm a dangerous terrorist. Sorry again, my dog is asleep right next to me and I couldn't possibly move him, mainly because he's so cute when he's sleeping. Anyway, there's probably going to be some snoring in the background, so please just bear with me. Anyway, throwback to when I was 14, male. I had to go to Australia with my parents for my uncle's wedding, and to a 14-year-old me, it sounded pretty good. Little did I know that I would be encountering a Karen on the plane. So my parents were going alone to the wedding because I had school stuff, but it turns out the wedding was postponed to May. Summer holiday in my country. My parents' tickets were already booked and mine was booked later, so if y'all are wondering why I had to sit with a Karen in the first place, it wasn't my choice. Our seats were a bit far from each other, but I was okay with it. I sat next to Miss Karen and her toddler, who was asleep by the way. Miss Karen was also white. I exchanged those fake salutation smiles, but she just stared blankly at me. It didn't bother me much. I sat down and opened my laptop and played Purple Place on it. After a while of playing Purple Place, Solitaire, and chess, I decided to do my summer homework. Yes, I know, but my school gave us that stuff. It was basically translating some English paragraphs into Hindi. I'm Indian. At this point, I didn't think much about Karen, and Karen scoffs. Karen: what do you think you're doing? Me: my assignments? I'm a student. Karen: no, you're a terrorist. That's what you are. OP. Karen to the air hostess: excuse me, miss. This is a very dangerous man and he's writing something in Afghanistan. Hostess, visibly sorry for me. Ma'am, he's a child. Karen: but he's Pakistani. OP: but I'm Indian and I'm doing my homework. Karen: shut up, you terrorist. At this point, the gentleman, Callum, steps in and goes full on, verbally attacking Karen. He called her out for her racism and called her a stupid witch and an Islamophobe alongside my angry parents who wanted to kill Karen while her sleeping toddler woke up crying. It was total chaos. The air hostess reprimanded Karen and most of the people of color on the plane were trying to strangle her with their eyes. To my shock, Karen decided to shut up. She did not apologize to me, but the air staff apologized so much for her behavior. At the end, they decided to give me an upgrade, so I didn't have to sit with her. I was not scared, but I was disappointed in Karen. My family thanked Callum, and the rest of the trip went well. Also, people, be like Callum. Callum, if you're reading this, thank you again. Our next story is posted by Am I the A-hole Crybaby? Dad acts like I'm obligated to spend the holidays with him. I apologize if it feels more like a rant than a story. I'm just so angry from the whole ordeal. I'm on mobile, so apologies for formatting. I was raised by a single father whom I rarely saw eye to eye with. He tried to mold me into his views of traditional masculinity, the good and the bad. He would praise me when I excelled in certain roles like being a handyman or football, but then would be dismissive over crying or being bullied at school. He took his role as disciplinary figure very seriously, even during the holiday season. My dad always throws parties for the family every Thanksgiving and Christmas. He provides great food, and some of my relatives are pretty decent. However, my dad is a terrible host. He had everyone come over, including the people who were toxic to be around. I swear, every year there's always a fight about some of the pettiest things. All the vegans get to eat is salad. Kids should watch anything with Santa in it. A gift card? You couldn't have just sent me money? It's like they're so obsessed with making everything perfect, then anything not going their way is unacceptable. On top of that, my dad pretty much makes the parties all about him. He tried to micromanage all the activities, from the movies we watched to whatever we made conversations about. The worst was that he'd brag about me into sounding like he molded me into his views on traditional masculinity. He'll brag about how I was MVP in youth football, even though I hated it, or that I kick ass in martial arts, even though that's not what it's about, nor why I like it. When I mention achievements I'm actually proud of, like taking up creative writing or a new book I'm reading, he'll pay no heed. My dad says he's happy I have a girlfriend, but also he's glad that I didn't turn out LGBT. As far as gifts go, he would only get me things that he approved of, whether I wanted them or not. New boxing gloves or clay pigeons? Heck yeah. A PS4 or 3DS? Could be worse. A journal or an entire Harry Potter book series? No, I won't do that to you. Basically, I've associated the holidays with my dad asserting more dominance than usual and being forced to interact with toxic family members. Fortunately for me, my girlfriend's dad invited me to spend both Thanksgiving and Christmas with them. Finally, I think, I'll get to enjoy myself for a change. Then, earlier today, my dad called asking me when I'm coming over for Thanksgiving. I told him already and said I wasn't coming and that I'd already be going to my girlfriend's place. He said things like, "You always spend the holidays with your old man," or "Your cousins like seeing you, you know." My cousins had stopped coming over for the holidays years ago. I tried arguing that inviting family over might not be a good idea due to the pandemic. People like my grandpa and my Uncle Devin are at high risk. He called BS on that since you don't seem worried about giving your girlfriend COVID. I've tested negative. Nobody coming over is high risk. Then my dad went on a tirade. "Oh, I see how it really is. You still think I'm a terrible father, right? You rather throw me and your whole family under the bus when all we do is want to spend the holidays with you. I'm offering you free food and family time, but you'd rather piss it all down the drain than be grateful. I'm even allowing you in my home. You're welcome, by the way." I've told my dad time and time again how bad he makes me feel about myself, even just in general, and he argues, "I gave you everything you needed to survive in this tough world. If I made you feel bad, how'd you get so good at karate? You wouldn't know how to get a girlfriend if it weren't for me." In other words, making me feel invalid because I still succeeded in some aspect of my life, seeing as you weren't getting anywhere, and I hung up. I hate it when my dad guilt trips me because as much as everyone's told me that he's wrong, there's still a part of me that feels like I should feel guilty. I get that Christmas and Thanksgiving are about family, but for once, I'd like to be with a family that is actually fun to be around. Others have said I should be grateful I even have a dad, let alone one that has taken care of me. That's like saying having a dog that barks and bites you is better than not having a pet. I don't know, I just wanted to have a nice holiday season for once. Thanks for hearing me out. I don't have many other outlets to vent on outside of Reddit, and I'd rather not dump all of this on my girlfriend. If you're enjoying the content so far, please put a heart emoji in the comments section down below. Our next post is by Neppy Princess 01. My child isn't allowed to play with Black Panther. So, this happened a few weeks ago. Not to me, but to a coworker of mine. I don't know if it counts as entitled, but I just want to share the story. I work at a McDonald's in my town, and I open in the wee hours of the morning to keep the store clean for all of you loving customers, especially with what's going on. Anywho, around 10:30 a.m. we started serving lunch. Only on weekdays. We start getting busy quick. A lot of parents will come in and order a Happy Meal for their children and maybe a small drink or coffee for themselves. I've noticed this pattern. So my coworker, we'll call her Sam, was working in the back, cash/first window. She takes orders and pays out orders in order to keep the drive-thru moving. Around 11 a.m.-ish, an older gentleman, could be a grandpa, I don't know, came back through the drive-thru. Sam opens the window. Disclaimer, I'm paraphrasing this conversation. This is just how my coworker described it to me. Sam, is there something wrong? Grandpa, yes, I ordered a Happy Meal for my son/grandson. He couldn't play with the toy. The grandpa throws the toy at Sam. It was a little Black Panther toy. Our store, along with others worldwide, are doing a thing for Marvel and the superheroes, so the first toy of the week, or at the time, was Black Panther. Sam looks at the grandfather. Is there something wrong with it? Is it broken? I can easily replace it for you. Grandpa, no, he can't play with it because he's African American. I honestly don't know or can remember what happened next. I assume Sam gave him a different toy than what we had available and said, sorry, that's all we have. Whatever happened, Sam kept the line going. In my opinion, I would have given the grandpa more credit if he had said, you can't play with it because Black Panther is insert racist pejorative, but customers come and go, and I don't think Sam would have ever seen him again. I hope you enjoyed the story. Sorry if it's in the wrong subreddit. Our final story is posted by Gilded Thief. Entitled Parent attempts to steal my 3DS, but employee took it back. Hey y'all, longtime lurker here. I just had this experience on Friday last week. I debated whether to post it or not, but I decided to post it anyway. I suppose this story warrants some backstory. It won't be long, I promise. So, I am a shiny Pokemon hunter, and I'm well known for the hunts in my school. I was doing an SOS chain hunt on Ultra Sun for the shiny Alolan Vulpix for my friend. On the copy I have, I don't have the shiny charm. A shiny charm increases the odds of finding shiny Pokemon, so the hunt has been going on since Halloween. Okay, on to the story. It was on my Friday lunch break that I was at a local hot dog joint, waiting for my order to be ready. So I whip out my 3DS and start a shiny hunt for an Alolan Vulpix. And that's when this little kid comes up to me. EK, what are you playing? He looked to be about 10 or so, and had a Pokemon shirt on, and so I told him, me, I'm playing Pokemon while I'm waiting for my food. EK, oh cool, are you in a battle right now? Yeah, but I'm shiny hunting for Pokemon right now. EK, what shiny Pokemon? So I explained to this kid what shiny Pokemon are and how I'm good at finding them. I also told him the chances of finding one are extremely rare. I sink way too many hours into this game. The EK was amazed, and I explained to him how rare they are. EK, that's so cool. Can I trade you for a shiny? I'll give you my Pikachu. Me, I'm sorry, but I can't do that right now. I would trade with you if I wasn't in a battle. Reason why I wouldn't accept is because I have a lot of shinies and I wanted to make this kid's day. These battles take so long to start that I've been doing a chain since about Halloween, so I've sunk maybe 12 to 14 hours over the past week into this. And sometimes this can take a long time even with a shiny charm. Sometimes I'll go 2 weeks without finding a shiny, but some people have really rotten luck and can go up to months without finding even one. EK, but I want it now! At this point, EK is practically yelling and caught the attention of a Karen. Cue encounter with wild Pokemon theme from Red and Blue here. You've encountered a wild Karen. She walks over as if she's the Queen of England herself. Entitled parent, what's the problem, EK? EK, this guy won't trade me a shiny Pokemon. EP, hey boy, why won't you trade my precious EK a shiny Pokemon? She said it without the accent, the way most parents say it. Me, well, I would, but EP snatches my 3DS out of her hand and proceeds to fold it in half and put it in her pocket. I was just stunned. Practically frozen when she took it. Entitled parent, let's go EK. The entitled parent and the entitled kid were halfway out the door when one of the employees practically pickpocketed the 3DS out of the EP's pocket and promptly came back to me and gave it back to me. Employee, she won't notice a thing, but you're welcome nonetheless. Me, thanks. My order was ready 3 minutes later. It felt like an hour in my opinion. I was still stunned over the whole situation. Aftermath. When I got to my next class, I told my friend about what happened and he just laughed so hard. And if you're wondering, I got my shiny Alolan Vulpix a couple of hours ago before I posted this. So I hope you enjoyed it. That's all the stories I have for today. Links to the original Reddit posts will be in the description box below. Please stop on by Reddit to show the OP some love and an upvote. If you enjoy my videos, please comment, like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the bell notification to let you know when I upload new videos. Thank you for watching and have a wonderful day.